Welcome to Moonshot Radio with your host, Dr. Nivea Torres.
Greetings and welcome to Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn. I'm your host, Nivea Torres, Executive Director of the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, also known as KRC. Our vision is that all children in Indian River County will be ready for kindergarten. We proudly partner with the Moonshot Moment, who is transforming the next generation in Indian River County by having 90% of all students reading on grade level by the third grade. With me today in the studio, we have two special guests from the Humane Society, Ilka Daniel and Anselmo Aponte. Welcome.
Thank you for having us. We're excited to be here today.
I was really looking forward to this conversation because at the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, we really want to instill values of compassion, love, and kindness. And what better way to do that than through loving a pet?
Absolutely. And that actually is part of our mission statement.
Excellent. So talk to us about that, about your mission statement.
Our mission statement is to provide humane care for the homeless animals of Indian River County. We provide shelter and care for those animals until they can be placed in adoptable homes.
And that is for the entire county, Ilka?
That is for all of Indian River County. Yes, definitely.
And how long have you been serving the county?
We have been serving the county since 1953. So that's been a long, long time, and we're so proud of our membership and the support that we receive from the community to enable us to do the things that we do. Again, we promote spaying and neutering. We provide humane care. We advocate for responsible pet ownership. We protect animals from animal cruelty. So our mission is to create literally a more humane society.
For all of our pets and all
pets
of our
and
animals
people.
And people.
Pets and people, because we are very much like a social service agency for families and their pets.
Oh, that's really important to hear. As you say, it's pets and people. We want to create that environment for everybody. Ilka.
Absolutely. You really can't separate that because animals are now considered to be part of the family.
Oh, yes, they are. Yeah, I know a lot of people would certainly agree with that statement.
Definitely.
And Selma, as an outreach advocate, how do you educate the community about creating a humane society and about the services that you provide at the Humane Society?
Well, I usually start by letting most of the community know if I go out or when I'm out. I do let them know about our lost and found, so our receiving. Anytime an animal comes in, we want to be the first ones that the community turns to. We do check up on the Facebook page, see what's lost in the community. I educate them about our outreach Forever Together program to assist with any families that have financial hardships. It's usually temporary, and we have also fostering. We do need foster homes for kittens and puppies, as well as our wellness clinic. Our wellness clinic is open to anybody who wants to come by and pretty much keep up with their pets, cats, dogs, rabbits.
Those are a lot of services that you provide, and I'm struck by something that you shared with me, Ilka, on Friday, because I had the pleasure of visiting the Humane Society on Friday.
We enjoyed having you there so much.
Thank you so much. It was really eye-opening to me, and I thought it was very important to get the context before I had this conversation with you. But you shared with me a lot about the reasons why people give up their pets. Could you share with us a little bit about that? That was really learning for me.
It generally, first of all, we do take in lost and stray animals and encourage people to report their pets when they are lost or missing or when they found a pet so that we can try to reunite it with the family. But many, many people, unfortunately, through life circumstances, come to the shelter and have to relinquish a pet. It can be for health reasons. It can be due to a family crisis. It can be because they're moving. There are a number of different reasons why families have to part with their pets. And so we're here to support those families. We also have some resources to try to help people find homes for their pets on their own so they don't have to relinquish them. we urge people to plan ahead, and we can assist with that. Our lost and found counselors can help with that process. But again, for those animals that really have, and those families that have no other resources, we are there for them to relinquish their pets so that we can go ahead and find those animals loving homes, permanent loving homes.
A forever home, as you say.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Anselma, how do you share with folks information about the adoption process? And I know that we have the link to your website up, so we're going to bring that up so that our viewers can see that as well. So how do you educate them about this process?
About the adoption process, I usually let them know that our website does usually have all of our pets that we do have currently in-house. It's updated every 2 hours, so it's all real time, and that is an awesome technology that we have now, and it's easy to use. And also in our wellness clinic, we also have that up. So if they're waiting for their pets to get a wellness check, they can also browse around on the website to see what we have in-house.
I think they would find it very hard to go through the website, Ilka, or to visit your location and not fall in love with a pet. So tell us, how many pets do you have now on site, if you do know the number, as Anselmo says?
We generally have, and it
changes.
changes. Our numbers change literally by the hour, depending on what's coming in and how many animals are adopted. And we're very thankful to the community for coming to us for adoptions and for adopting a pet rather than shopping for a pet. But generally, we have somewhere between 30 and 40 cats.
Okay.
And then the numbers of dogs, again, range from 20 to 30. But as Anselmo mentioned, you can actually see their faces on our website. We also take in really all kinds of animals. So from time to time, we'll have bunnies and guinea pigs and birds.
Oh, wow.
We may have some farm animals. We may have livestock, potbelly pigs, horses, goats. It just really all depends on what comes into the shelter.
We also
It's a wide variety.
It's a very wide variety. It is.
We also do have on-site adoption at Seacoast Bank off of 60. We have kittens there, or cats. They help us adopt them out, and usually a week, maybe we have maybe 2 or 3 adoptions in a week at Seacoast, and also at Pet Supermarket off of Miracle Mile. They also adopt our cats from there.
So if I go to Pet Supermarket or to Seacoast Bank, I can actually adopt a pet there. Are they on site
Yes.
there?
On-site adoption.
Okay, so for our viewers and our listeners, those are also 2 additional options that you have in the county.
Yep.
That is excellent. Now, tell me a little bit about Dolly's Dream. How is this different from your regular adoption process?
Dolly's Dream is sponsored by the Levitic's Foundation, the Family Foundation, and it's to promote square-headed dogs. It's an awareness campaign that each animal is an individual. Each animal has its own personality. And Dolly's Dream actually sponsors the adoption, and it's a comprehensive package where the animal is, the adoption fee is covered, their heartworm medication is covered, behavioral training is covered if they need behavioral training for the pet. But it's to highlight the fact that these block-headed dogs make awesome family pets. They all have their own personalities, their own likes and dislikes, just like people do. And we try very, very hard to promote those breeds because, again, people don't realize that they are just like every other dog. They all have their own personality, regardless of what breed they are.
And they have a lot of love to give.
They have a tremendous amount of love to give, and they're very, very dedicated to their owners. So thanks to the Levitic's Foundation, we're able to promote the Dolly's Dream dogs. So we generally feature 1 or 2 dogs in that program that they sponsor.
And what are they commonly known? Because you're talking about them. We just want to make clear for our listeners and our viewers, when you talk about breeds, what breeds are you referring to?
Well, and that's the misnomer.
Because it's a misnomer. So let's clarify that for folks.
So many people will look at a dog and say automatically, oh, it's this breed or it's that breed. It's a pit bull. Well, strangely enough, through DNA testing that we now have available for pretty much all animals, we have found that even though a dog may look like a certain breed, it may not have any of those specific genetics in their DNA. So again, it can range from pit bulls to boxers to hounds to some of the bully breeds, the little bulldogs and those breeds. So it can be a mixture. And we actually several years ago did a DNA test and had our staff participate in a contest to identify what breeds of dogs that specific dog was. Strangely enough, it wasn't any of the breeds that the staff had chosen, and it turned out that the dog really didn't have any of the bully breed DNAs. So that's what, again, the Dolly's Dream Dogs is to promote the fact that not all block-headed dogs are what they appear to be.
Oh, that's excellent. Thank you for sharing that. And it's important that we clarify any misnomer, misinformation, and we make sure we get accurate information to our listeners. Ilka,
and again, every dog is an individual, and we look at more of what a family needs. We have tremendous adoption counselors when you visit the shelter. You're able to sit down with the adoption counselors, tell them what it is you're looking for, and then they will suggest dogs that have those personalities and those traits so that we can make a good match. Because again, our goal is to place those animals in permanent homes.
What is it exactly that the family is looking for, right, Anselmo? Because one of the things I saw on Friday was that you had sort of an adjacent room where there was a family who was connecting with their pet. So I'm understanding that there was a bonding time before they actually take the pet home, correct? That happens.
There is. And then if they have pets at home, we encourage those pets to come in.
So if you have a kitty and you're taking a dog, bring the kitty in so that they can sort of bond.
We can do that, or we can test the dog with some of the kitties that we have at the shelter.
Okay.
But specifically, if you have a dog, you want them to meet and be friends so that you know you've got a compatible household, so that they get along and bond to one another. So it's a tremendous resource that we offer for families, because a lot of times they'll feel like, oh my gosh, what if I get this dog home and my dog doesn't like it?
Yes, and there's no bonding. Then I have a problem, right, Anselmo?
We do ask anybody who is going to surrender their pets if, they go through evaluation process. So if they've been around cats or other dogs, or if they're, friendly to each other pretty much. And that's a part of our evaluation. And then through the adoption process, our adoption counselors know, yes, this would be a good match for you, or no, we recommend another one. So yes, it's a very good opportunity to play matchmaker, pretty much.
Pretty much. That's a good way. That's certainly a good way to put it.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break to hear from our sponsors, and we will be right back.
Welcome to Moonshot Radio with your
At the
host,
Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, our vision is for every parent, regardless of income or zip code, to have the knowledge and tools they need to raise healthy children that are prepared for kindergarten. Our mission is to support our partners in developing a high-quality early childhood system that is family-centered. Our outreach and parent engagement specialists connect with families and build trusted relationships. KRC has chosen Fellsmere and Gifford as our two focus areas in Indian River County. Our Fellsmere office is located downtown in the city annex, and our new Gifford office is located within Victory Park Apartments. Our administrative offices are now located adjacent to Healthy Start and Treasure Coast Community Health in Vero Beach. The Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, developing a high-quality early childhood system for all children in Indian River County.
Residents of Indian River County, join the Solid Waste Disposal District and Waste Management for our residential electronics and household hazardous waste recycling event. This Saturday, from 9 a.m. to noon, we will be in the North County Pool parking lot off of County Road 512, collecting old electronics, chemical cleaners, oil filters, and more. There is no charge, and all materials will be safely recycled. Enjoy free giveaways and a chance to win a laptop.
Visit us at ircrecycles.com. Indian River County, roll with us, recycle.
The Port St. Lucie High School Drama Department celebrates 30 years with the classic Disney Broadway musical Beauty and the Beast, featuring a cast of 57 performers and a live orchestra. Showtimes are January 24th through February 3rd, with matinee and evening performances available at the Port St. Lucie High School Auditorium. Tickets are only $18, so be our guest at Port St. Lucie High School's Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Learn more at pslhsdrama.com.
We're back to Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn. I'm your host, Nivia Torres, Executive Director of KRC. And I have two friends with me today from the Humane Society, Ilka Daniel and Anselmo Aponte. Thank you so much. Right before the break, we were talking about the adoption process, and we're encouraging everybody to visit your website. Ilka, now I want you to talk to us a little bit about your role as Director of Animal Protective Services. What does that role entail?
What the role entails is we do receive calls from the public when they have a concern about an animal's welfare. And what we will do is we will go out and do a welfare check. They can call in anonymously. It does help if we can get as much information as possible about the length of time that they've seen the circumstances and what their concerns are. But then we're able to go out and I would say about 99% of the time, it's an education process where we may talk to a pet owner about what can be done to improve that animal's well-being, and to also bring them in compliance if there are some laws that are not being followed. But our goal is to keep the pets in the home. Okay. So again, we try to work with the public, work with families, so that we can better that bond, make the life better for the families and for the pet. So they can call the Humane Society for that. They can reach us at 388-3331, and they can call that in, and we'll be glad to check it out and then get back to them and tell them what we found to better understand what's going on.
So, Ilka, if I observe something in my neighborhood that is of concern to me, there's a little animal friend that I don't think is being treated in a humane way, I can call that number, and this is completely confidential. It's sort of like a tip line? It
is.
Okay.
It acts very much that same way. And again, our goal is to go out and improve that animal's life. And again, we handle those calls for livestock. We also handle the calls for companion animals. But we're there to help educate and to keep families and their pets together. In those rare circumstances where that can't be done, then we would actually remove the animal from the situation. And that's done only in the most dire circumstances. And then we would petition the court for civil custody of the animal so that the animal can again move on with its life and go into a better environment.
I was just going to ask you about that, about your authority to remove the animal from that location. You'd have to go through the court system to petition.
We do. We would petition the court for ownership. We work very closely with all the local law enforcement agencies and with both Indian River County Animal Control and the City of Vero Beach Animal Control. But again, our goal is to not break the bond if at all possible. And so if we can do that, we'll assist with, it may be Anselmo's program, the Forever Together program, where the family's having a rough time. They may need some help with pet food or supplies, and we can guide them to agencies in the community that are supplying those services. So we're there to help. And if we can make the pet's life better, then we will. And unfortunately, if we can't, then we do have to advocate for that animal.
Folks, the Humane Society is really here to help. If you need information, if you need assistance, just call, just reach out. Like you say, your goal is really to leave the family intact, leave the family
as much
whole,
as possible.
As much as possible.
Yes.
We really don't want to create any...
And we want to be a resource.
Of course.
We want to be the community resource where if people are having a hard time, not to be afraid to call us, because we are there to help.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That's certainly a very important role that you play in the community, Ilka.
Well, thank you.
Selma, let's talk a little bit about the wellness clinic. What is the wellness clinic, and how often does it take place if it goes around town?
Well, we have our own wellness clinic there at the shelter. Okay. So it's in between our adoption kennel or adoption lobby and the receiving lobby. So it's right in the middle of as soon as you drive up, that's where our main wellness clinic is. We do have a mobile wellness clinic where we do go to Fellsmere once a month, the first Saturday of the month, between 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And they do have, it's all low-cost wellness, pretty much.
All of the services are provided at low cost.
And we don't offer all the services at the Fellsmere Wellness Clinic. It's mainly because it's mobile. Okay. We do offer pretty much the regular vaccines, rabies vaccines, Bordetella, heartworm check, and that's pretty much the basics. A brief visit is what we usually call it.
But the wellness clinic is mobile only to Fellsmere. That's where they're on site once a month, right?
For right now, yes.
Okay.
We are trying to get down into South County and into Gifford area, but right now we are definitely in Fellsmere once a month.
So if you're in Fellsmere and you're listening to us and you have a pet, make sure that you visit the wellness clinic once a month.
Yes.
And there's
first Saturday of the month.
First Saturday of the month.
Yes.
Excellent. Ilka, you were talking earlier during the break about microchipping your dog.
Yes.
Because and I'm struck by this because Anselmo talked about the lost and found. So could you share with us a little bit about that?
Our Humane Society receives between 3,000 and 4,000 animals annually that come through our doors. Many of these animals come in as found stray pets. We know that they've been owned at some point in time. We know that someone's possibly looking for them. Unfortunately, they can't talk to us, and they have no identification. And the key to getting your pet back home to you is to have identification on your pet. And we always urge that they use multiple types. The Humane Society offers free pet ID tags. It's a tag that you can come to any of our events and receive, or you can come directly to the shelter, and it's issued in your name with your contact information. If your pet comes into the shelter wearing that tag, we know exactly who to call. We run that number through our data system. We have a phone number and an owner's name attached to it. We can give you a call and say, hey, guess what? We found Fluffy. So, and that's our goal, to do that. The microchipping also is implanted. You can go to your vet's office or to our wellness clinic, and it's just like receiving a shot. It's a tiny little grain of rice that has a barcode. And again, every animal that comes into our shelter is scanned. So we can scan that animal, have all your information, and regardless of where you are, you may be on vacation, you may be visiting a relative somewhere, we can call your phone number and say, we found your pet, and get that animal back to you in the quickest time possible. So please, if the community would do that on their cats, on their dogs, it would help us get those animals back home as soon as possible.
In a safe way.
Yes. Yes.
And you mentioned that's sometimes the challenge, that, you find pets and there's no way to identify who the owner is. Where does this pet live?
And it's frustrating when you know that an animal is owned. And things happen. Accidents happen. Car accidents. You may have fire rescue or someone come to your home and inadvertently leave a door or a gate open. A yard man or something would leave a gate open and the pet escapes and you're at work and you don't know it. So again, if a concerned citizen brings the animal in, we can get that pet back to you.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, Anselmo and Ilka, for being here and sharing this important information about the Humane Society. Could you repeat your number once again before we sign off, your phone number?
It is 772-388-3331.
And we want to encourage all of our listeners and viewers to visit the Humane Society's website and to visit the Facebook page. I would like to dedicate this show to a very special person who is an advocate for animal rights. It's my sister Wanda, who has two loving pets, Onyx and Safiro, and to all of the families out there with loving pets or those who are looking for pets this year, please adopt instead of shop. And until next time, this has been Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn. Thank you so much.
Thank you.